our camera peeks in the gentle light and love-producing window of the Drawn and Courtier, a smallish inn in Red Larch, a tiny town. You might even just miss it if you were going north from Waterdeep, perhaps to Westbridge, perhaps on up to Tribor. Maybe you're just trying to get to Neverwinter. But our scene lays here in Red Larch. And within this inn, it is entirely possible that Dieth and Strix have destroyed the multiverse yet again. We now enter our scene. Strewn about the walls are millennia's old texts, jam-packed with forbidden knowledge, distributed, occasionally nailed to the wall in a configuration that has not seen itself made manifest for centuries.
Whoops.
Gray, strange green sigils have been inscribed with the use of Strix's mystic quill. Please continue.
Yeah, Strix is just like writing on the wall, like, I don't know what this does, but look, it's glowing. Look, Cthulhu, look.
As he's putting papers up, Dieth every now and then just finds a fascinating passage. He's like, actually kind of reads it a little bit.
No, a fascinating passage that he should read aloud in a voice that seems augmented somehow, perhaps by an ancient magic.
Yeah.
Strix is like, don't read that.
Jesus puts one up. It's like, no, Strix, I think you'd like
listen to this.
Yeah, this one talks about Kozriak.
No, stop.
An old god once said, who believes to actually be of Orcish descent, but seems to have originally consumed the original Orcish god or something like that. There's a couple words here that I don't even know how to pronounce.
Please don't try.
Gorlatralinit. Gorlatralinit.
The room is humming.
Why are you trying?
Gorlatralinit. I don't understand.
All of the lanterns flicker.
Paulton's like looking at a lot of the stuff hanging up too. And he's just like, oh, this one has sheet music on it. Cool. Let me try it. He just starts playing this really like nasty, like minor dissonant, like really off-putting. Yeah.
We were told to
drop
clean
A.
up.
Yeah, you see the thistle mow just sort of spread across the ceiling like veins.
That means we all have to hug.
Dieth is still just staring at this paper.
I come out. What? These are my things. What have you done? I hug Walnut because I'm under the thistle mound.
You're hugging a tiny weasel.
Okay. What have they done? Dieth, what have you done? I embrace you. You fools.
We're hugging.
Yeah.
Yes, this is tradition. I won't break it. I was just putting up all the decorations, which I found in the box from Evelyn.
Evelyn comes and joins the hug.
Yay! These are my things.
Have you read this, Cthulhu? It's really
You
interesting.
had no right, Evelyn. Hug.
The veins of the inn pulsate to the sound of Paulton's music.
Oh, God.
Is this some kind of new Christmas tradition that we're establishing right now?
I told you not to say the words. Also, now we're all under whatever this stuff is. So hug. Strix just stands there waiting for hugs.
Dude, just one massive meta hug.
Yeah. I think we're all joining the same hug one by one because at this point, Evelyn has put up so much thistle mow that it's almost impossible not to be under.
And now it's growing.
It's growing to take over the entire room like vines.
And there's a puff of soot that comes out of the fireplace, and you hear a voice say, "Yes."
The fireplace coming down the chimney?
Yeah, it's just a voice coming out of the fireplace.
Another miracle. Guys, it's Snanta.
You mean Satan?
Strix, Cthulhu, what's happening? I assume one of you probably has the best idea of what all this is.
He just read words, Cthulhu, and I told him not to, and he was trying to be impressive, I don't know, or give me some knowledge, I don't know. Just talk.
All of everything in my library has only ever been on a shelf. It's never been in this configuration before. And I generally try not to read anything aloud.
I think the thistle mow is starting to grow and like slowly embrace body parts. Like it's hugging but in the sense of like wrapping the vines around like Rosie's leg a little bit,
Yep.
and then
She
like
didn't care for
crawling
that.
up to Strix's hand
Nope,
and
time for
rolling
fire.
around it.
And
Maliki.
the creepy voice from the inn seemed very very into this hug, which is kind of like a little pervy. So it's
It's a holy Christmas hug. Let it embrace you. Christmas spirit, we
No.
welcome you.
Not
Christmas
my
spirit is
dad.
a little too into this right now.
No.
What were you gonna say?
I was going to say, let's get rid of these vines, these unnatural but incredible
I'll turn
vines.
back into Walnut and you speak with plants and say, "Oh, my beautiful friends, please leave these ones alone. You don't want them."
Vulgus, devourer of the meaningless.
This is Chris's one NPC.
Is this in a plant language? So I don't hear it, others don't hear it.
Walnut probably hears
Okay,
it.
yes, that's what I want to make sure.
Walnut lies through her teeth and says, "Oh, but they are full of meaning. These ones,
Thanks, Walnut.
these ones are full of meaning."
And the vines just sort of sink into the fabric of the walls and become the wall's veins.
Oh boy.
Plants no longer.
Wait, so they're
Oh,
just veins?
Pulsing
Yes.
veins.
This place you're in has pulsing veins.
Look, you guys, the thistlemoe is everywhere, and now we just have to hug all the time.
The thistlemoe
Evelyn.
is so
A black
evil.
smoke tongue comes rolling out of the hearth
I'm sure that's
and
fine.
starts to feel around.
I'm sure it's fine.
Paulton like goes up to Evelyn as she's talking, is just like,
I just had a lot of Christmas excitement.
that's not good.
You see it wrap around a chair and pull it into the hearth.
Oh boy.
Strixes start trying to pull the floorboards up. Gotta be a place to hide in here.
What did you tell it?
You start ripping off the floorboards.
I told it that everyone was full of meaning and that it should not eat you, as it is a devourer of the meaningless.
Oh, we are fucked.
You can
Don't
see underneath
lie
the
to it.
floorboards is a squirming mass of what look like purplish black tentacles, but then you realize, no, they're actually snakes.
Oh, jeez.
It's a Christmas miracle.
All right, pause.
I get on the bar.
Chris Perkins is ejected from the game.
It's a nega miracle.
Yeah.
I was going to say, what's the inverse of a miracle, like linguistically? There
Yeah,
has to be a word for
exactly.
it. No.
Anti-miracle.
Yeah, bad miracle.
A miraculant.
No, Chris, I've got it. A malicle.
Oh, man. Oh, yeah.
I was going to look something up. Yeah.
I got you.
I really just wanted a hug.
Evelyn just has that look like the mom who was trying to make Christmas perfect, and like she's like, everything is fine. This is fine. We're having a good family time together.
We're a good family. We love each other.
Dieth will turn back towards Cthulhu and just be like, okay, you said configuration, so if we take the configuration down or move things, this will go away?
I hope so. I mean, it might be like autonomous at this point. It might have like metastasized.
When you say that, the whole inn sort of shudders and everybody shakes and you feel it lifting up off the ground.
Oh no.
Oh, no.
Cthulhu says, at that, he says, autonomous, as if that word made it do that. Just test it.
Yeah, it's almost like you can hear it kind of splitting its sides
it's
and
laughing.
like
Right.
maybe sprouting feet or something.
Oh, like some Baba Yaga type
Yeah.
shit.
Strix is like, no, not
It's
again.
Cthulhu has the power. Cthulhu, you made it come to life.
I believe in me.
Everyone start believing in Cthulhu. I think he's become a power and
I
made the inn
do
sentient.
believe in
Everyone
Cthulhu.
believe in Cthulhu. We're gonna make him a power today. That's what we're gonna do. Believe in him.
Yeah, I'm gonna do something
You have
practical
powers.
first. Dieth will like try to leap for one of the papers that he put onto the wall and actually look over at Donar and like point at another one nearby him. He's like, rip that down as fast as you can, Donar. And he'll like, as Dieth gets one as well, and just try to like remove it from the nail or whatever you said, like pull it up and just like try to
Yeah.
take the paper down.
Dinar grabs Cthulhu in reverence and holds him over his head.
No, that's not.
Thank you, but no, it could help, maybe.
Like a reverend suplex.
Yes, just like
I'm gonna try and reach out to this building with awakened mind and see if I can speak with it. And I say, "Hello, friend. What is your intent? We are having an unwanted holiday that you've chosen this."
Holiday spirit. Given form.
Incarnate.
It's the last Christmas. The last Christmas.
Yeah. What do you seek?
You made me. We are one.
You're welcome. What is your purpose?
To walk out of this town.
Oh, okay, well. So it wants
you to the place that we need to be.
so the building and everyone in it are just
To find the true meaning of Cthulhu.
sounds like it could be one heck of an adventure. I'm going to relay this to everybody.
Feed me one of your friends.
Oh,
This escalated
Yeah.
very quickly.
So fast.
Which one do you prefer?
The one tearing off my eyelashes.
Okay, so it's upset about the removal of the pages, Dieth.
It's stuck. It's like in the veins or whatever.
Yeah, it is really well stuck in there. Those are parts of its eyes now. And
Dieth like immediately like opens his hand, just like, oh god.
You see like an eye form on the page.
Oh no.
Look at you.
Open
Out
there.
of a symbol.
That might have been my fault.
you see what happens when you guys celebrate something and to the point where it just becomes this ritualized construct. You did this.
Every time.
Yep.
This is the meaning of Cthulhu'smas. Being inside of an ambulatory house, going on some sort of a wacky adventure.
Has Dinar still holding you up? He's like, has it always been alive? Can
I
it,
don't know.
it hasn't like seen what we've been doing in our rooms, right?
This is important information.
Yeah, this is important
I ask
information.
it, do you have, as of the house now, do you have memories of before you were extant?
He says, this place, these are my bones and skin now. Its knowledge is my knowledge.
Yeah, it saw everything.
I drop you. And I run to my room. To burn away the sin.
Evelyn is just sitting there like in a very calm prayer pose, and she's like, Lathander works in mysterious ways. We just have to accept that this may be the new story of Cthulhu'smas and learn everything we can from it. Blessed
North,
morning,
south,
Lord.
east, or west.
Jerry, what direction's the long road?
The long road from here would be west.
Okay, yeah.
You want to take this thing out on the
I don't want to.
on the highway?
I don't want to crash into anything. It's asking for a direction west.
Okay, it's you.
Got a lot of horsepower. Got to let them ponies gallop, you know?
Feel it
No,
start
I
to
hate
move
this.
and lumber. You're trying to climb up the stairs to your room, and you're thrown from one end of a hall to another.
Oh.
Keep it under 30 in town. And then open her up once we get to the.
Walnut, in the midst of this chaos, born of the ignorant acts of Strix and Dieth, just the acts of a child, cosmically. You hear a scribble inside your documents you ledger.
Oh man, I take it out immediately.
At the top of it, it says, "A manifest hereward drawn," and then it says, "I got your invite. What are you doing to my mother's house?"
Yeah, I'm here. House isn't.
So this is like, so while this thing is like wumping back and forth, you're trying.
Yes.
You're on your like. You have that. You described
I'm on
yourself
the-
as having like a 1 foot up,
Yes.
like a sort of flamingo style writing mechanism.
Yes.
That
Yes.
you use.
Yeah, and Walnut writes, one Strix and Dieth have brought the inn to life.
Even before you can finish the sentence, it says, "Say no more."
Fantastic. And Walnut goes, I'm in trouble.
Dieth says after that, like, we all will be. If we made this thing, that means it can be unmade. And honestly, I more fear the return of Propha.
You're right. That mace is really big.
It is quite big.
Yeah, your hour's
Agreed.
almost up.
Yeah.
Strix is gonna take her staff and turn into a pie pan and cast her green flame blade on the pie pan. So it's now a flaming pie pan, and she's just gonna start hitting the tentacle veins and just like smacking things.
Just trying to scrape them out.
Just scrape it.
You are suddenly assailed by chairs.
Oh no! There's chairs all over me. Oh no! I don't want to sit down. Stop being so considerate.
He tries to get in the way of one, like try to block it or like deflect it or something.
A broom comes out of a broom closet and
yeah.
challenges you.
Yeah.
Just single combat.
Yes.
I'm immediately overpowered.
Guys, I think that that these vines ever really wanted was an embrace. Let's hug together. And she starts hugging the wall, like finding vines and just like trying to embrace the house. Yeah.
That's good. Okay, guys, I don't want to alarm anybody, but I'm pretty sure that the music and the reading has like powered this house. I think I have my suspicions. That's what's going on. So with that being said, do I stop playing? Because I have been playing this whole time.
Yes! Stop!
No, never stop.
Okay, well now I'm getting conflicting commands.
Hold on, we need a tiebreaker. What do you say, House?
You and I are one. That's all that matters now.
What did it say?
It said that he and I we're together, and it's.
We were always meant to be together.
Ooh. Now, Rosie is a ship captain and can perform a marriage ceremony. if that's what
Hold
you're-
on. Hold on. When you say that Rosie's a ship captain, do you mean that she is a captain of like a nautical ship,
That's
or
how
do
I
you
took
mean
it,
that she is a
yeah.
ship captain?
For
like
the podcast, I'm
between
just winking over and over and over again. Just winking.
No,
It's like a
it's
twitch.
Cathraus.
It's Cathraus. That's their couple name.
That's Cathraus. Oh my God.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
cute.
So yeah, you're
Can
gonna
I be the maid of honor?
dude. No, I was just gonna say, dude, you're gonna have to fuck this house.
Yeah.
That's how this wraps up.
I think the house is fucking us.
Make it a duplex.
You see
We're having a shed.
Wasn't told to stop, so I guess I'll just keep.
Paulson, stop! The chairs are hitting me in the face.
Yeah, Paulson, maybe stop.
Okay.
You see Diaz being whacked repeatedly by the broom over the head.
Do you stop?
I
Well, no,
feel like the chairs are like stepping on me like
Gotta place one more note. Okay, I'm done.
She was gonna say like fade it
You're
out.
just buried
like,
under a
fall
pile of
from
them now.
but each slap on Diaz is like accompanied by a burst of new dust.
Yeah. It's hilarious. Yeah.
I think Rosie wants to offer one of her tentacle face trees to the house, like the tongue that's like trying to eat chairs.
Just put one right on top.
I think she would be like, Christmas offering. Whew. See what happens.
That's brilliant. That way the house has to give a present to Donar.
Exactly.
All right, the house will accept the gift, and its soot tentacle will wrap around it and pull it up into the chimney.
Yeah. Why did it ask it what it thought?
How'd you like that? That's part of the Christmas spectacle.
I don't like sweets.
Did he like it?
It's a savory type of a house. It's looking for.
It's trying to eat us.
Damn it.
Did he see the note? Does he know he has to
They
get the
don't
gift?
understand us at all.
House, you're right. They only making
This
sense.
is Stockholm syndrome. Except it's HOME.
H-O-M-E.
Evelyn, at this point, from all the rocking back and forth, she kind
Oh.
of like looks a little bit green.
Yeah.
And she runs away and doesn't make it and just like pukes everywhere. And you notice that she's actually looked a little flushed and a little bit sweaty. And when Paulton came over and asked if she was all right and was feeling her forehead, she definitely felt super warm. But she's like, "Don't worry, I'm fine. It's Christmas. There's nothing I can throw at it."
Christmas vomit.
She's clearly been ill all day, but trying to pretend that she's not.
Oh no!
She's like delusional ill.
She'll prestidigitate it away.
I like
from
that
her.
she was like delusionally feverish, and none of the three of you who know her intimately well could tell the difference at all.
That's why she's been just like trying to make every tradition perfect, and she's totally fine.
That's on brand.
Yes. Well, I guess this is our life now.
Listen, if we're meant to be together, then we should respect each other's wishes. Let's compromise. If you could put the inn back where it belongs and retreat
But there's
from...
a much better view from up here.
Oh, we can talk to Prof about that. And she might agree. But for now, if you put the inn back, then you can eat me.
Okay.
Chris is like
This is not a
giggling.
trick, right?
No.
Okay.
I'm very curious. Very curious.
The whole thing comes to a stop and then starts to lurch backward.
Turn.
Yeah.
Oh, it doesn't even
No, it doesn't
have to turn. It,
No,
doesn't,
it's
it
backing
senses
up.
everything.
What happened? Cathris, what'd you do?
I offered it my life, and it will go away.
Oh,
Nice.
no. No. What?
No, I'm not worth anything. This is good. And if it keeps you out of trouble
No,
with Trafa.
stop that.
Oh,
Trust
boy.
me.
You
We've
sound
been
like them.
And Lathander sent us an offering upon which Cathrismus was saved. For
No.
Cathris
Evelyn,
sacrificed
not
himself.
helping.
She's sick. Get her someplace else.
I want to put a cool cloth on your head as the house is like rocking back and forth.
I'm fine.
It's just, Cathris, no self-sacrificing. This is
He will
Cathrismus.
save us.
This is the one day a year you're not supposed to die.
There is a weakened one here that is more powerful than me. Would you prefer her? Is that what you want?
Oh, I've done that before. It's fine. I can do that.
See?
Nope.
She doesn't even mind.
Nope.
No, I just want to be with you.
Okay,
Share
yeah.
our secrets together.
This is a
Unravel
one
the
Cathris
multiverse.
house. Sorry.
I'm with Rosie on this one. Trust me, we've been down that self-sacrifice road one too many times, and I tell you, you're wrong.
But I haven't been yet.
It starts to recite passages from the books that you've read.
Sweet music.
Yeah.
I'm being made love to.
Oh my god.
This is so romantic.
It's working. It's actually working. Like this thing finally at 580 or however old you are.
I'm
it's like you
surrounded
finally
by it.
found the one.
Yeah. Yeah, it's like a living instance of research.
You've been living in it the whole time.
Yeah.
That's right. You're soaking in it.
I had no idea. I caressed the pages.
So beautiful.
Strix is gonna go around and try and find the page that Dieth read poorly. and she's just walking around trying to find where it went.
Okay, yeah, it's sort of been absorbed into the building.
God,
Are there any visual cues within the inside?
Yeah, you can see that there's basically text flowing over the surfaces of the walls and the ceiling and the
God.
floor.
So if we can just get to that paper, maybe that'll undo it.
I don't know, but now there's stuff on the wall, so I'm just gonna start reading it. So plug your ear holes.
Cathris, I think you need to make a lasting commitment to this building, and I think that that's the only way it's going to be satisfied.
I agree.
Let's do this. You ready?
To be honest, I'm a little nervous.
Cold feet.
Don't be nervous.
Stand up straight, as straight as I can, kind of. They say don't lock the knees, you'll pass out at the altar.
So Rosie positions you next to the fireplace because that seems like the most
mouth.
The lolling tongue.
The place kind of comes to a stop and stops like listing about. And
She pulls Dinar over, and she pulls Walnut over, and she's like, everybody come watch. This is obviously something that needs to be witnessed.
this is the wedding episode people have never wanted.
Strix is still reading the text on the wall, like, please let this make it stop, please.
Oh no, but that's how the scene looks, right? Like so Rosie's trying to construct the perfect wedding opportunity, and then just behind them, you're just moving back and forth, looking at the walls and floor, shouting ancient words.
Which I assume is how Strix is at any wedding.
Chris, may I offer that the house is still walking toward the space
okay.
purposefully in the wedding step.
Nice.
Step together.
I could use some music.
Paulton, can you give us some wedding music?
Sure. Also, Paulton's like sitting in a chair that's just like flying around. He's just like,
But he's totally focused, and just the chair is just sort of sliding around with the house.
Oh yeah, he's made that part of his act before.
Yeah.
And
Like,
Dinar
I'm
is
used to
there
this.
by Cathris and Walnut, and he's just like, wait, so which one of us is, the best man? This is important.
Well, clearly it would be me because we are destiny bound.
Well, hold on. We've done stuff too.
By the way, you still got like pie stains all over your mouth.
We hang out.
You might have the cauldron on your head still.
No, I have it. I turned it into a quill, unless you want it again.
There's actual, like, literal crust. on the lower part of your
Yeah.
snap-like jaw.
Yeah, so now we're just incessantly bickering over who gets to be best man.
Yeah.
And Evelyn grabs like a bouquet of loose pages and makes it into like a bouquet.
Ooh.
And she goes and stands next to the lolling tongue, and she kind of like, you know, the way that a maid of honor like fluffs the bride's dress. She kind of
Totally.
like tries to like fluff the
gets a
tongue a
hold of
little
the
bit.
Make sure that tongue is silky, smooth.
Get some of the strays.
she kind of pets it and she's like, you look so beautiful today.
I don't know.
It's
I
your
picture
day.
Evelyn making a bouquet and just like throwing it out into the end to see.
Not yet, that's later.
Much like a previous ritual that Strixon and Dieth have been a part of, while everyone else is partaking in it, those two are also trying to find a way out of it just in the background. So while Strix is like trying to read words, Dieth is basically just looking around the walls, trying to avoid touching it and like looking at where he can peel away these weird veins or roots or whatever and try to find the pages underneath and do something that's a practical answer.
Yeah. I feel like
Doesn't
they
involve
keep
marrying a house.
Yes.
I feel like they keep awkwardly bumping into each other
Yeah,
as
yeah.
they're trying to do it too.
Because they're both trying to find a solution, but
Yeah.
they're not working together to do
Yeah.
it because they're just panicking right now.
During a while the house is lurching, I would turn to Walnut and say, Myliki, you're the best one. You are. Sorry, Dinar. But Dinar, you are my best dragon man.
That's a thing.
And
That's
it is
satisfying.
real. And Christmas, it's real.
You would say that's better than the other.
Sure.
Yeah. All right. That works for me then.
And you have to wear 2 ties. That's how everybody knows that you're the best.
That makes all the sense.
It's one for each.
Yeah.
Wing wang.
It's canon now. Christmas canon.
I wear them on my dick.
Rosie, she takes Cathrissa's hand. She goes, "Are you ready?"
I hate this.
Have we found anything yet?
Not really.
Nope. I really want to see this through. Where this completely fabricated holiday, how absurd it can be. Yes, I'm ready now.
Not a good reason to get married.
Yeah. It's because you love the house.
But maybe after we have kids, it will be better.
Kids do fix everything.
That's good. That's good to know. I'm gonna hang in there.
Oh my gosh.
So next year,
Right after he says that, like you just see Paulton sitting in the chair, sliding from like far left to far right, just like this holiday's weird.
Just like completely out of frame on each side.
Like, do you marry a building every year now?
I don't know. No, Dinar, my goal is to be destroyed because then this will be the last Christmas. And we'll be done with this absurdity.
Cross your fingers.
It's like, did you see that tongue come out? That thing's gonna destroy you, dude. Like, God damn.
Let's hope so.
Take your shit apart. You're not ready
That
for
honeymoon's gonna be like a kitchen table. Woo. All legs, no drawers.
What does that even mean?
I don't know. I said that in my best man speech. Feels appropriate. Furniture related.
Yeah, we do need a couple best man speeches.
Well, we do that
I was
after
like, that
the
was good.
ceremony.
Yeah.
Do we?
After the
I mean,
ceremony.
maybe
It
not
is
on
Christmas, yeah,
On
it's
Christmas, maybe we do it first.
I feel like maybe we do it first on Christmas.
Oh,
Yeah.
I forgot to write. Hold on, I'll write my
They
speech
know
real quick.
nothing about Christmas.
Yeah, they don't. But nobody does.
Evelyn clears her throat and she's like, I've had the pleasure of knowing Cathris and this house for such a long time now. Cathris maybe a little bit longer and kind of well, and the house only a few minutes, but I feel like it's been so long. And you know, when you see 2 individuals that question mark that just there's something about when one walks into the room, the other just lights up. And that has never been more true than here today. And she starts crying, just tears strolling. And she's like, Cathris and house. I wish you so much happiness on today, Cathrismas, and for the rest of your very short life, as you are totally consumed by this.
Paul walks over to her, just puts a hand. It's like, all right, no, you need to sit down.
Yeah.
Come on.
It's time.
So glad you could be
She
here
throws
with
the
us.
bouquet and it just bursts into like papers and falls to the ground.
Walnut feels like she is supposed to say something, and so she just kind of like walks out in the middle of everyone and goes, I remember the day that Cthulhu first met the Drawn and Courtier. He was laying outside looking like a wreck, and the house supported his weight adequately. It has good bones, little to no water damage, and only a few dozen mice living inside it. I would consider that a plus. Cthulhu, I thought you'd never find happiness, and surely you still won't. Good luck, buddy.
Right when Walnut says mice, Strix is like, I've got it, I've got it. And she turns into rats and just starts to crawl through the house. She's trying to find its brain.
Oh, just right in the walls.
Yeah,
Give it an
wherever she can
aneurysm?
get. She's trying to find its like arteries or brain or something so she can bite through them.
Nice.
Right in the middle of the wedding.
Oh dear. Dinar, I think you're up, pal. It's the best Dragon Man speech.
Yep.
Gotta give a speech too.
Yeah, you got to follow that
Oh.
too.
You gotta follow two maybe of the best speeches ever given in a D&D
exactly.
game.
I look really expectantly at you.
At a time like this, I can only think back to the time that I was a house. And
That's right.
this is bringing out a lot of weird questions.
literally
already.
was.
Yeah. I possessed a house for a bit, and the fact that I'm so on board with this is really making me think a lot about myself. And why am I so on board with this? What is going on? I'm really looking inside here. I gotta go. I object to this wedding.
As he walks off, like a few seconds go by, and Paul's just like, "Holy shit, was that a dragon? did I miss initiative rolls? What's going on?"
All right. Well, if anyone has anything else to add,
I hate this.
I feel like a rafter falls down from Strix biting veins.
nice.
And
Okay.
there's weird rat noises coming from inside the walls.
So good.
It came from inside the house?
Yeah, she's in rats inside the house
Oh.
trying to find his brain.
Yeah, so the walls are like vibrating
Yeah, she's just
with
like
rat
biting.
motion.
Yeah, she's like biting things.
Yeah.
And Cthulhu says to the house, "Oh, darling, you're shaking."
Dieth recognizes what Strix is doing, and then he like suddenly realizes like, oh, this is perfect. Rosie, keep going. Keep distracting it.
Okay. All right. Here we go. Dearly beloved and barely acquainted, we are gathered here, not of our own volition.
Tell her I do. I do.
Patience, sweet one.
Have I found his brain yet?
Yeah, you're gnawing on something that could be his brainstem.
Okay. Yeah, I'm just like all the rats are just like.
You got something thick and chewy like a garden hose.
Yeah, okay, great. Yeah.
It's the garden.
So that we can be one, and there will be no more secrets between us. I will share you the knowledge that I have gathered.
As Rosie starts, Dieth just kind of says to himself, we gotta keep delaying the wedding. And he looks over at Evelyn and just instantly gets an idea and like runs over to her and like,
She's like draped on Paulton, who dragged her away from the altar.
yeah, he
She's
comes
like,
up.
I'm fine, I'm fine.
She's not fine.
He comes up to her. He's like, "No, Evelyn, you're needed right now for the wedding. Where's the flower girl? Where's the rings? You gotta do. You have to go get it. Do it right now.
Flowers?
Yeah, just they need a ring or some kind of
ring.
a bonding artifact or jewelry or something. That you got. That's up to you right now. Like they can't
I
say
have a
their
ring.
vows until they have that. Go, Evelyn, right now. Do it right now.
Oh my God.
She starts just like running from corner to corner, like looking for any kind of ring-shaped item.
Any round thing?
Yeah.
And it's distracting. It's slowing Rosie's ceremony down. She's like, we are trapped.
And then she realizes the tongue is so big, she needs a big ring-shaped item like to put around it.
Ew.
She starts rummaging around in the kitchen, and she's literally grabbing like pots and pans
They're
and
like
throwing them
barrel
out the
rings
door.
you could probably try to rip
Yeah,
off.
yeah.
Oh, okay,
The
yeah.
staves.
Yeah.
She's doing
Yeah.
that. She's taking her foot on the top of a barrel, and she's grabbing like the metal ring around it, and she's trying to just like power it off the
Yeah.
barrel. I imagine she crushes the barrel, and whatever's in it just goes everywhere.
No, absolutely. So you grab a hold of this to place your plate mail boot right on the top, push it out, and 10 gallons of Red Larch regular amber beer all over. Like you are soaked. And for a few moments there
Get the
is
house all fucked up.
exactly for a few moments there is a standing inch or two until it begins to drip down through the
This
floorboards.
place is gonna have that like beer soaked into the floor wood
Mhm.
smell forever.
Yeah.
Now you're just the equivalent of that irate drunk aunt at a wedding. Like, I'm so happy for them.
Strix is still biting us rats, and I feel like one of the mice that's inside the inn is like trying to like crouch in and eat.
Trying to get in.
And her little rat hand's like, it's my job.
Paulton turns to Diaz. He's like, "So we need to delay this?
Yes, can you play the equivalent of canon in D minor?
I got something better. Give me a second."
Got it.
So like the ceremony's still going. I object.
Excuse me?
In the background, you
heard
see
me.
Diaz do like a fist pump, just.
Rosie knows that this is like, we're obviously delaying something very dumb that we're doing. So she like leans in. She's like, "Sir, how dare you? First of all, this is true
I walk
love."
up. No, how dare you? I turn to Kithris. And I walk up and I just give him a good,
Whoa!
how could you do this? And invite me as well. You've
You
got
see-
some
You
nerve.
see Diaz give like a really like enthusiastic thumbs up, like, yes, guys, perfect, keep going.
Evelyn's holding the ring and staring at them and completely convinced that there's something between Paulton and Kithris. And she's like,
After everything we shared, in this very house, no less. Did you know the whole time?
Paulton, I had no idea. I literally
You had no idea.
had no idea.
True.
Did it say something?
Yes. Yes, it did say something.
I turn to the tongue. Yes, it's true.
A rat falls from
And
the
just
ceiling.
know, he like looks at the tongue and just goes, "Look, I'm feeling kind of ballsy because I'm assuming this is non-canon. So you should just know, I had him first."
Just looking at the tongue itself.
All right.
Featureless black tongue.
You hear a splintering sound as a rafter comes crashing down on top of Paulton.
How many rats?
And a pile of rats spill out on top of
You kind
him.
of hear him going back, sorry.
Ow.
Go back
A
up.
bunch of little ones. Sorry.
Sorry.
It
how much
meant
damage
nothing
does he take?
because it didn't occur.
It meant nothing.
You crawl out from the
And then
Nothing? He says, "Is that all it was to you now?"
It was
Forget
nothing.
them. Forget them. Come with me. And his tongue comes over to you, waiting for you to embrace it.
Diaz is still looking for ways to distract. He's like looks around at everyone in the room and then sees Donar and just goes, "The wedding cake! Donar, they don't have a cake! Surely they can't celebrate without delicious baked goods to consume afterwards. We need to wait for you to go make one."
Just like I taught you, Dinar.
Now's my chance to shine.
This could be the alcohol talking. But maybe we should just leave.
None of us have tried the doors.
Because I poured 10 gallons of ale on it.
You got the house drunk.
I got the bride too drunk before the ceremony.
Gentle wave.
Yeah.
Like light stutter steps to the left and right.
I'm the worst maid of honor ever.
Strix is still gnawing the brain. There's probably more brain. Some of the rats are getting too hungry from eating it, and it's just like, why are you eating it?
You're the sum of everything I've researched and studied, made form.
I don't
belong
think
with
your
you.
family likes me very much.
Oh, they don't like me. Don't worry about that. We'll never talk to them. What are your folks like?
Ancient beyond compare.
Sounds good for a start. Take it.
They sound nice. Well,
They sound nice. Yeah.
Let us go to the place where gods speak as one.
So at that, you will see Kithris extend a hand to that.
All right, the tongue will bear him into the fireplace.
No!
Mama, do something!
The certificate of marriage.
All of the hidden knowledge that I have gathered in my tomes shall be yours.
It's gonna give me that
No
knowledge, guys.
secrets withheld.
This is what I want.
Who's saying that?
No, I turn into a bear and bear hug him.
Okay. So you sort of pull him out of the soot tongue,
Yeah.
rip him away from his one true love.
Yes, and I roar in his little face. His stupid little face.
I
says-
thought a lot about this.
And then you gnaw through the brainstem
Yay!
of the house, and the house just sort of collapses.
Oh my
It
god.
just sort of
Is it in the?
And it settles perfectly on its foundation.
It's like a half inch off.
But yeah, just slightly
half
off.
inch,
Massive
half inch.
cracks coming out of the bottom. Yeah.
Yeah.
Shit, she's gonna
Just
notice
like
that.
barely
Yes,
off
yes.
angle.
Yeah.
And then you just hear a voice say, I am dying.
Oh, house. Oh, sweet house. But knowledge can never be destroyed.
Yes, it can.
You would know
And
better
then the
than
connection ends.
It's just a dial tone.
feel bad for the house.
Yeah.
And rats start crawling out of the walls.
Yes.
And they just like coalesce under the one piece of the thistlebow or whatever, just in the form of a pile looking sad.
Dieth runs up to Strix and actually says, like, Strix, you did it, and just hugs her so hard.
rats?
Stepping over Paulton's.
Yeah, just getting over that. It's like,
Ow.
Strix,
Ow.
Strix, you
Paulton,
did
you're
it.
pretty sure your spine's
The
broken.
rats embrace him.
It's like trying to crawl out.
Yeah.
You've got no feeling in your legs.
Cool.
Neither does Cthulhu because I'm just sitting on him at this point. Because I'm too scared
like
he's going to do something.
Bear roaring at him.
Yeah.
There's no struggling though. I'm not struggling.
Okay.
I'm just under there.
And
He's
the
just under
house,
that
like
haunch.
the veins have receded and,
Yes.
and everything's going
normalcy
sort of back to
is
normal.
slowly
Okay.
returning to the house.
Get
All of
those
its
papers
arcane,
down.
all of its supernatural elements no longer seem present.
Okay.
Evelyn is sitting cross-legged on the floor with the barrel ring around her neck. She's like, "What a beautiful wedding!"
Just in the corner.
And there's like little dust trails falling down from you from like a crack in the ceiling.
Well, yeah, and the occasional, like, it starts out with just like a mouse's head, and then it gets about halfway out, and then it just falls, and then it's like the tail is stuck, and it wiggles enough to fall down.
Alton's like gonna like just kind of, since his legs currently don't work, just kind of like upper body crawl his way
legs are
over to
broken.
Evelyn. Just like plop his head in her lap, just like
She pats his head.
Just a heap.
Dinar comes out of the kitchen with just this poor excuse for any sort of confectionery.
It's
and be
nailed
like,
it. Nailed it
yeah.
tier.
Oh my god.
Yeah, like D tier cake. Be like, oh. It's what this wedding deserves.
Rosie walks up to Dinar and has this very dark, disappointed look on her face. She makes eye contact as she grabs a fistful of the cake. She eats it. She's like, oh, it's fucking delicious.
I'm mad, but it's good. You see two shapes, mostly silhouettes, outside the front window from the afternoon sun. And when the door opens, Propha takes a step over the threshold and drops both baskets. 3 apples roll slowly over and then hit Evelyn's mailed boot and roll slightly away. And you see a hand reach up onto her pauldron, a mailed fist. You see him scoot Propha away, and in the doorway steps Amenophis Drawn, and he says, "Mom, maybe you should come back in about an hour." That's probably a good place to stop.
That's really good. That's really good. Yay! In my head, this is and then it's like the end. It's like it's closing the book. And you're like, and
exactly.
And
The
that's
story of
Christmas.
Oh yeah, no, there has to be like the lights,
moral.
please.
Yes.
Yeah,
Moment.
exactly.